I want to start by saying this. I think people should learn how to stop playing the blame game. Let's start from there. It's very difficult, but it's a good place to start. When you get to the point where you don't think another person is responsible for your life, when you take the bull by the horn and tell yourself, it is me and my creator on this earth. Nobody owes me anything. What formed my mindset then, if I had acted on a lot of those things, I probably would not be here talking to you who is listening to me right now. I probably wouldn't have been here. My name is Femi Salako. I live for impact and I will leave an impact.
Hello, Femi.
Hi, sir.
Yes, that is how you sound.
What?
Hi, sir.
I don't understand.
That is how you talk. That is how you greet.
Yes, nah.
Alright, so, you know we are on here.
Oh, really? That's very interesting. No problem. We'll fire and go.
That's okay. Please, introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Femi Salako, also known as F4C. I mean, if you want to know more about me, I've been here before, so go and watch the other video. Yes, I've been here before. I spoke about my life at length, but I'm here to talk about something very, very passionate to me, and that's mental health. So I am hoping, just like the last time, I would have a very beautiful time here.
Alright, the last time you were here, you spoke about a very unique, topic, and you treated it very well.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
I appreciate the accolades.
So tell me really how you feel coming back here, and
First off, I count it a privilege because, first off, I just want to say to the public that the work that you do is really amazing. It's not all the time that people want to spend their time to give others an opportunity to tell their stories. So it's a very beautiful thing that you do. I don't know if I'm permitted to mention your name, but it's a very beautiful thing that you do. And I always find it, like I said, a privilege when I have to share, excerpts of my story, my life, and inspire people. So trust me, I am ecstatic that I'm here again, and I appreciate that you agreed that I can come back.
you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so let's get to it. You said when you talk on mental health.
Yes,
Right.
I think that topic is a topic that a lot of people say loosely, very, very loosely. Any little thing, my mental health, my mental health, my mental health. And I feel people don't really understand the gravity of that statement or that term, mental health. So I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on it. It was based on actually what inspired me to want to come back here and talk about this was actually another interview that I watched. One of the speakers, I follow this channel pretty much. So one of the speakers really inspired me to come back and talk about it because he spoke very passionately about certain things that he went through growing up that had to do with mental health, and it just pushed me to want to, because I think I have a little bit of experience when it has to do with that, and I feel that it's worthy enough to be shared. So I felt, let's come back and talk about it.
That's interesting.
Yes, sir.
So let's get on with it. what exactly do you really want people to know? What is your experience or what is your opinion on mental health that you want to share?
Okay, first off, let's start with the basics. So there are two words. There is mental and there is health. So let's break the two down. What does mental first mean? Now, from my own understanding of mental, it has to do with your mind. So mental is a word that comes from mentality. And when you talk about mentality, it means the framework of your mind, how you process things, your value system, you know, and things like that. So I believe mental health, and then, okay, sorry, let me talk about the other thing. So health, what is health? I believe that's the state of your being. If you feel good, or if a part of your system, your body, your build feels good, or it feels bad, whatever the state is, the wellness of your being is what your health is. So bringing it together is the wellness of your mind, the degree of the wellness of your mind, right? Okay. That for me is what I would define as mental health. It's not you feel somebody is, because I feel there's this narrative that when people challenge you or when people want you to do better, they are attacking your mental health.
This is very interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, we find it's a very, very popular opinion or narrative out there.
Yes.
You know, especially in this generation. You know, every little thing is tied to.
Exactly. You really get it. You know, so that's why I said at the beginning that I've seen this term bastardized. People really do not understand what mental health really is. They just, any little thing, my mental health. Somebody is correcting you in the office, my mental health. Somebody is trying to make you see a better way to do something. They say, you're coming after my mental health. I'm like, oh, Jesus, not again. You know, so I just feel that there's a whole lot to mental health that I believe the larger percentile of the masses do not understand. You know, and with the rise of, permit me to say, this might be a very prejudiced statement, but with the rise of our Gen Z baddies, you know, every little thing, mental health, mental health, mental health. And they're the ones taking over the social media now. So they're the ones that basically dictate the narratives of the social media that we tend to.
That is very correct.
Yes.
That is very correct. No, it's like they're the ones propagating what.
Exactly.
Yes.
Very correct. So, you know, so, and the thing with the media is there's a way when something becomes popular, when it becomes the loudest voice, it tends to be accepted easily.
Yeah, it tends to become the norm.
Exactly. So people tend to adopt these things even when they're not necessarily true. Yeah. And the thing is, people don't study, people don't like to do their due diligence to understand certain things. They just listen to a narrative, it suits their ego or their, what would I term it now? Yeah, suits their ego, suits their sometimes ulterior motives. Now, let me just say this. Now, I give an example of a typical young person. Let me not term Gen Z now because it could be anybody. But a typical young person in an office. They tell you, okay, this is not how this is meant to be done. You're meant to do it this way. Now, because you feel that that's not the way it's meant to be done, you want it to be done your way. The next thing is, they are after my mental health in this office. And it can't be more erroneous standards, you know. So you find, unfortunately, this is what I have seen. Again, it might be prejudiced and it might just be tied to my own experiences, and my experiences are pretty small to make a generalization. But from what I've come to see, a lot of people don't want to work. A lot of people don't want to do the dirty jobs, put in the hard work. They feel people don't want to go through the process of things. Okay. So when it's time to go through a certain process, instead of you to see it as, okay, this is an opportunity for me to get better as a person, you see it as, they are coming after my mental health.
I think mental health becomes the convenient excuse.
Exactly. I like that statement. The convenient excuse not to do certain things that you are meant to do. You know, so people who really have issues with their mental health, there are a whole lot of them who do not have the opportunity to be in the media, you know, and they are the ones really going through these things, and they don't have the audience that a lot of these people have. Because I mean, everybody is on TikTok, everybody is on Instagram, you know, so the people who have the loudest voices don't really even go through these things. But the ones who really go through them, who even has the time to be on social media, really, when somebody is going through a lot of issues, they don't have the time to be on social media. But you see young people talking about mental health and
I think it's, for real, it's a very bad representation
exactly
of the magnitude of what mental health should be.
Absolutely.
It's not giving the attention, it's not giving
exactly.
the awareness, it's not
yes.
giving the... So I understand. It's not just, and it doesn't only apply to mental health, if you ask me.
Yes.
I was thinking about something related to this the other day, and you find people that there is now a term for any form of indiscipline.
Exactly. Woo! I like that word.
You understand?
I love that word.
Somebody is lazy and then coins a term to legitimize. How do I say? Legitimatize.
Legalize.
To legalize.
Yes.
To make it legitimate. You know, somebody is very flimsy.
Exactly.
So it's pretty much a menace in the society.
I agree with you.
You get me? So,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, you know, these things you're saying are the reasons why I just felt, let me just share a little bit of my insights about these things based on my experiences and how I was able to pull out from a place where my mental health was at serious jeopardy. There was a period in my life, again, go and watch my previous video, I will not say a lot of things, but there was a period in my life where it was really dark, really dark, and what formed my mindset then, if I had acted on a lot of those things, I probably would not be here talking to you who is listening to me right now. I probably wouldn't have been here, you know? So what frames your mind, right? What frames your attitude to life, your outlook to life, really is what your mental health is about. So with your permission, I just want to go ahead and get into it, that for a lot of people who are suffering, right, from challenges that have to do with the mind, they feel like they're misunderstood, they feel like they are victimized, they feel like nobody really gets them. And these feelings are valid. These are the kind of things that actually attack one's mental health. When certain things begin to attack your sanity, certain things begin to attack your outlook to life, when everything around you seems more pessimistic than optimistic, and a lot of these people will tell you, I'm just being logical. But it goes beyond being logical. Check, there is a root somewhere. There's a damage that has been done in their minds somewhere, you know. So my aim is to try to see how I can give a few tips to correct that, or to change such views of oneself. So let me quickly just share a little bit about myself again. I have a myriad of reasons why, even up till now, I should have mental health issues. Again, for the umpteenth time, go back to my previous video. I will not say a lot of things. But there are aspects to my being, aspects to my person that ideally should affect my mental health negatively, right? But because I have been able to beat it, I've been able to come up with new value systems to overthrow those ones. My mental health is very extremely intact. I walk into a room and I do not feel any sense of I'm not enough. And I should, again, I am saying, I really feel I could capture some places on my body right now for you to see certain things, right? Unfortunately, I can't do that just to prove what I'm saying. But there is no one who would meet me and feel like, this person has esteem issues. Impossible. That's a combination of two words, impossible and cannot even happen. Because I've done a lot of work on my mind. So I want to start by saying this. I think people should learn how to stop playing the blame game. Let's start from there. It's very difficult, but it's a good place to start. When you get to the point where you don't think another person is responsible for your life, when you take the bull by the horn and tell yourself, it is me and my creator on this earth. Nobody owes me anything. If I'm going through something, I need to find a way out of it. Stop playing the blame game. Now, the thing is, people get more and more and more into things like depression, into things like anxiety, low self-esteem, things like that, when they think they are not enough, or when they think somebody is not being fair to them. Actually, if you check people who are depressed, they will give you a myriad of reasons why they are depressed. This one, my job, my marriage, my husband, my wife, my this, my that. Stop playing the blame game. Get to the point where you tell yourself, okay, I am in this situation. How do I get out of it? When you get to that point, right, your mind will be a bit more clear, and the next thing to do is find solutions. Now, from experience again, what I realize is people with mental health issues, right, they tend not to be able to talk. And that is counterproductive, it's counteractive. If you feel like something is wrong with you, you should be able to voice it out. And I think that's one of the things that helped me. I had good people around me when I was going through a lot of things that I could talk to, right? Now, that doesn't mean it gets better immediately. But when you surround yourself with the right people that speak the right words around you, it has a way of getting you at least through the day by day, step by step, and it gets better.
You know, sorry to,
yes.
To interrupt. Just you actually are saying something really, really important, and that is one of the reasons why this channel actually exists.
Okay.
You know, having a community of people that can help you, you know, that understand you, that can relate with you.
Exactly.
You know, is really important.
Mm-hmm.
And then, speaking of,
exactly,
there's a saying that a problem shared
is a problem half solved.
Half solved, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's one of the reasons why these platforms exist, you know, to build a community of people that there is no judgment.
Exactly.
You know, there is no, you just feel very...
Yeah, you know, you feel at peace, you feel good. I mean, I really understand what you're saying. And let me just add this now. You need to carefully pick your company of friends. This community, you know, that you speak of, it needs to be carefully built. You don't just allow anybody into your space. It doesn't matter rather whether you have health issues, you have mental issues or not. It doesn't matter. As a full-grown adult, right, who has understanding, who has become knowledgeable of himself, right, one of the greatest blessings you have is the ability to choose your friends. So I think that is one thing a lot of people don't understand. They think friendship is just about cruise. Just have people you can call, let's hang out, let's go and see a movie, let's do this. Have friends that you're going through very low times and you can call them and you're like, see, guy, I know they alright. I know they alright. Like, I need you to come to the house right now. I need you to come and see me. Those are who you call friends.
Do you think, you know, that it is easier for women to find that kind of...
I like that question.
Yeah, because
I know where it's going.
I think in society it's very hard, you know, for men to relate with their fellow men in that manner.
True.
Understand?
I agree.
It's very hard for men to open up to men. It's
Yeah.
hard for men to open up to women.
Yes.
They just bottle things up, you know.
Exactly. So you want to hear my mindset about that?
What's your opinion, actually?
Yes. Okay. So, the natural man has an ego. Every man born of a woman has an ego, right? And a natural man protects that ego with his life. The average man, you would agree with me. You might not want to agree, but check. There's a way certain people will talk to you and you feel utterly disrespected. Correct? Everybody feels that way too, but there's a special feeling about a man. So why am I talking about ego? Now, typically the natural man always wants to be in control. They want to present this facade, forgive that language, that they have everything under control. And again, society is also to blame a little bit for that. Because naturally, they expect men to be the leaders, to be the protectors, to be the providers and all those things. So there's a societal pressure on the natural man to always show up, be bold, you know, and all of that. But you see, I think if you are if you're well-rounded, right, as a man, you should be able to know when truly things are not going on right, things are not going well, and be able to admit it. I think the average man sees it as weakness, and that's where the mistake is.
I agree.
They see it as being weak, and I think that is actually strength. Being able to be vulnerable, I tell you, in a world like ours, is strength. It is strength because it's more cowardly to bottle up a lot of things and try to hide it from the world. But then when you're able to open up and be vulnerable about these things, you're telling the average person, look, I don't have anything to hide. I don't have any reputation to protect. All I want to do is just be okay. And I think that should be what is at the foremost of every man, right? The will to be okay as against want to represent. Because if you know they're okay, you know if you represent though. So Be okay first. Check those things that are coming after. Again, your mental health. Check those things that are coming after your peace of mind and deal with them. And that's another thing. Men tend to bottle up a lot of things and not deal with them. They just keep them in compartments. That's how men are. Men have compartments for things. So their job is in one compartment, their wife is in one compartment, their children is in one compartment, their issues is in one compartment. So that's why you see the average man looking all calm and collected and everything, because he has compartmentalized everything, which is a good skill. But learn to bring out the contents of some of these compartments. When you know that this thing is not healthy, bring it out and treat it. Don't bottle it up.
You know, I also think the society also has a major role to play.
I agree.
In helping men come out. And
I agree.
To be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
You know, to society. I feel like there is a lot of pressure and judgment on men.
Yes.
There is.
Absolutely.
There's a way the society sees men, just the way you said,
Mm-hmm.
you know, as being weak.
Yeah.
If they are open,
Mm-hmm.
if they are vulnerable, you know. So it's in the bid not to feel or appear
Mm-hmm.
as though
they're weak.
you're weak, you know, that, you know, they just bottle these things in.
Yeah, but then you see that, I think that is where being evolved comes in. I think you should prioritize your well-being, you know, much more than the mindset of the society about you, if that makes any sense. I think it should be more about how you present yourself to the world as against how the world defines you. There are certain things about me now as a person that I have gotten several judgments for, but it doesn't affect me. Why? Because I have a working, healthy value system backing up those things. So it doesn't matter what the bashing is from the society. I will still appear. I will still show up. Call me whatever you want to call me. Now you get your mouth. Last. You know? Everybody will talk. There's a saying. You do good though, people will talk. You do bad though, people will talk. Now, these things seem like cliches, but I think they are cliches that people really sleep on and not really see the value behind. Learn to shut out the noise. Men, shut out the noise. If you are a man and you are watching me, shut out the noise. Shut it out. Shut it out. You should be okay first before thinking about what anybody has to say about you. That's the truth. Permit me to use a very funny instance right now. It's going to be very funny. But a lot of people think two sets of people, Bobrisky and what's his name, James Brown. A lot of people think those guys are very obnoxious. A lot of people think those guys are, you know, and this is regardless of whatever, you know, moral opinions you have of them, right? I have my own moral opinions, but that's not the point here. A lot of people have a lot of judgments about them. There was a day he posted, Bobrisky posted something on his Instagram, and he just showed up on my feed for some reason. I am very particular about my feed, so I don't really understand how his content got into my feed, but I saw it, and I think it was just an opportunity for me to see certain things. Now, I went through what he posted, and I was seeing pictures. I mean, I was reading through comments. Now, first off, he has a very large following. But check the comments. A lot of them are very hateful. A lot of them are very judgmental, hateful, vile. But yet, he always has a way of always being in the news. Why? He has damned anybody's judgment though. It's as simple as that. Right? So this is an energy I think should be channeled in the right direction. You now who is a, forgive me again, let me just make a statement again, is prejudiced, but you who is a well-thinking, properly minded man, right? You know you have good values to offer to the world. You're thinking about what people have to say about you. Why, please? Like, why? You shouldn't have to. If you know you have values you feel that the world needs to experience, you know you have value that the world needs, right? Again, I'm saying it for the umpteenth time. You need to be okay first. Shut out the noise. I've said that before and I'll say it again. Shut out the noise. You need to be okay. Come to terms with whatever it is that is affecting you. There's something I do, right? It might not work for everybody, but there's something I do, and you know, maybe you can attempt it if you feel the need to. If something bothers me, right, I have a lot of conversations with myself. I feel the best conversations I have are with myself. I put out this, if something is bothering me, right, I can do whatever I need to do. I cry, whatever. But when I am out of my feelings, I bring out those things and I literally address it as if me and somebody else is having a meeting. And we're like, okay, Femi, you are feeling like this. Why are you feeling like this? And now there is a, what's the word? There is a lie, a very subtle lie we tell ourselves. When people ask, what's wrong with you? And you say, I don't know. It's a subtle lie. You know. You just haven't taken the time to figure it out. And that's what I'm saying. So when something bothers you, right, take out time to think about it. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling, right? What's happening? Why am I feeling this way? Now, when you begin to process this, okay, this is why I'm feeling this way. Okay, what can I do to better this situation? That's how to get past issues. It's not by blaming the next person, you know. So I hope that this helps.
Well, this is a very, very profound topic.
Yep.
Thanks so much for coming in with this point, with this perspective to mental health.
Yeah.
I hope this actually meets the right. It will meet the right audience.
I hope so too.
You know,
I really hope so too. Thank you too. Always
nice.
a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to
yep.
have you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.